Hello everyone, Just from Metalchaos Studio here. In this video I will talk about the boring stuff that can happen when painting miniature model. And I will give you advice to overcome some of the challenges you may face.
Well, if you're like me, there is nothing boring about the hobby. So let's talk about the stuff people often overlook before they start painting their minis. That is preparing the models. It may seem futile, but it's much better to remove the mold line and clean your model before you paint them. It's never pretty to see a long mold line running down the arm of a miniature when it's painted. The tools I use to remove mold line are very simple. A craft knife, files, you know the drill. It's sometimes hard to see the mold line before you prime the models. What I like about metal miniature is that you can bend them slowly and they will keep their shape. You may also need a good cutter to remove the excess material. I use the craft knife to remove most of the mold line. And then use a file to get the surface even. If you're working on a larger model like this dragon, it's much better if you drill holes in each part to secure them together with a metal pin and super glue. First, remove the mold line and assemble the parts of the model that needs to be glued together before painting. Sometimes it's better to paint the model in separate parts and glue the part together when they are completely or partially painted. What I like to do is glue only one wing of a dragon to have a better access to paint between the wings. On tabletop world's couching in, I painted the balcony railing before assembling the model, because it would have been difficult to reach with the brush once assembled. The same is also true on the merchant house. I glued the chimney before painting, but I will paint the backside of the balcony before gluing it to the model because it will be impossible to paint otherwise. Another step that may seem useless is cleaning your models. Cleaning your model will remove the mold release agent, filing debris, grease or sweat, which could prevent the primer or paint from sticking to the surface. If the paint is not firmly attached to the surface, it may peel off very easily. I simply use dish soap and a toothbrush to clean the models. When the model is completely clean, I wash it under running water. And leave it to dry before priming it. Do not prime the Ripper Bones figures, but it's still important to wash them before painting them. If you forgot to remove a mold line, it's best to remove it as soon as you realize. Or you can try to hide it. In my case, since I'm gonna place this building on a diorama, I can glue synthetic grass on those mold lines. In some cases, mold line can be hidden with weather effect like rust, mud, or others. My next video will be the first of a series in which I'll be painting the merchant house from Tabletop World. I hope this information was helpful. Keep on painting and take care.